So, guys, the Minnesota Lynx cut Marianne Badian. And this doesn't seem like it's much of a thing. And then the more I'm just looking at everything, the more I am looking at just what people are saying, the more I'm looking at the way people are talking about the league, I'm a little bit scared. I'm a little bit scared for what could happen. I'm a little bit scared. And do you want to know why I'm a bit scared? Because there is one player that has the potential, and I just assumed she was gone to the Liberty because the Liberty have the cap space. But now the Minnesota Lynx have cap space, not max contract cap space nonetheless. They have the cap space to take the EuroLeague MVP, the 2019 Finals MVP. And on the Minnesota Lynx, she instantly becomes their second best player, Emma Messerman. Like, realistically, Emma Messerman's probably going to decide the sweepstakes. Like the Emma Messerman sweepstakes is going to decide a lot. Because, again, if you look at how she's played with her national team, she is, in Eurobasket qualifier, she averaged 19.5. In the Olympics, she averaged 23.3. In the last Olympics, she averaged 27. Like, they almost got a medal in the Olympics. They were one game off a medal, and she was the leading scorer. She's been the leading scorer in the last two Olympics. She's an elite passer, an absolute elite passer. In Eurobasket, when they won Eurobasket, averaged 22 a game. Like, she is an S-tier player. An S-tier player. Look, 32 years old. She's still kind of at the very tail end of her prime. And the fact that the Lynx are a team that fits, and she starts right away. Like, as much as she wants the money and the Liberty can give her the most money, she comes right in a simple swap for Bridget Carlton. Like, it's simple. She comes in, she can play on the perimeter, and people just don't realize that she plays on a team with Gabby Williams, and she's their best player. The last season, she played on a team with Nafisa Collier, and she was the best player. And Alyssa Thomas, and she was the best player. The season before, she played on a team with Breanna Steward, and she was the MVP. In 2019, she played on a team with Elena Deladon, and she was the finals MVP. So, like, people don't fully understand, like, they don't fully understand how good she is. I think people understand that she's good. They don't fully understand. But now, the Lynx have suddenly opened up cap room. They've gone to 11. They're not re-signing anybody. So they haven't re-signed anybody. And it is now a situation where we're looking at a team that has already an 8-0 record. And the scariest part is that the two teams that are realistically in the running for Emma Messerman, who is by 100 miles the best player that any team can pick up right now. Like, Emma Messerman, how many players are, like, without... I would say she's at the level of Neko Wumake. Like, top 10 player, yeah, I'll give her that. I'll give her a top 10 player in the right system. And if she goes to the Lynx, I think that is the right system where I think she instantly becomes the Lynx's second best player over Kayla McBride. And by the way, again, I forgot, Kayla McBride plays for freaking Fenerbahce as well, and she's the best player. She is the best player on that team. They play with each other, and Emma's their best player. And now with Badian gone, I thought, I don't know what they're doing. They might go and bring her back. It gives them space to get somebody. And I keep forgetting the freaking Emma Messerman exists. I keep forgetting that she exists. And I keep forgetting that there is a very, very good chance that that Messerman ends up with the Lynx. And look, I genuinely think the Indiana Fever, I do not put them as contenders. I don't think, like, the I don't think it's not unfair either to put the Indiana Fever as contenders. Let's be real, they weren't contenders with Kelsey, Aaliyah, Kate, and Lexi Hull last year, and none of Dwana Bonner, Natasha Howard, neither of those have really panned out, or Bree Turner, and Sophie Cunningham's just a fine player. Like, Sophie Cunningham is a completely fine basketball player. She's a fine player. She doesn't really do anything right. She doesn't really do anything wrong. She doesn't do anything great. She doesn't do anything bad on the floor. She is a really good rotational piece. But she's not going to be the difference between winning and losing a championship. And let's be real, MMA Simon is a huge difference maker. And you put her on the Lynx, who play as close to the way that she wants to play as possible. She has familiarity with her teammates for the Lynx, which is something that, again, she has a bit of familiarity with Niara Sabli, I guess, for the Liberty. Like, doesn't have very much familiarity with Marine Johannes, doesn't have much familiarity with... Is there any other Europeans that they... I don't think there's any other Europeans the Liberty have this year. But, like, she already has familiarity with Fee. She has familiarity with Kayla McBride. Well, she had familiarity with Badian. I don't think she has familiarity with anyone else, but still, it's two key players. There are two key players on the team. They're two best players that she has familiarity playing with, which helps. And just getting rid of Badian, freeing up a roster spot, means they're obviously getting ready for something. Like, I understand Badian's going to Eurobasket. They're not just getting rid of her for no reason. They're not just randomly getting rid of her and they're like, oh, maybe it'll be all right. No, they're getting rid of her for a reason. They're getting rid of her for... They 100% have a good reason to be getting rid of her. And I just think in general that the Lynx, Cheryl Reeve, has been smart with her moves. She's been smart with her moves. She's brought in players. This is a team that is better than last year by quite a lot. She managed to get Jessica Shepherd back. And it's a team with Dorka Uhas is gone. Like, Dorka Uhas would be one of the best backup bigs in the W. She's not here this year. So then they have Dorka Uhas coming back for the last 2 years of her rookie deal in the next year, with 2 years left on her rookie deal. Like, the Lynx and the Liberty are so far ahead of all the other teams in the WNBA, in my opinion. In my opinion, they are streets ahead. Like, it wasn't... Like, straight up, it's not the... It's not... Jeez, I'm struggling to think of my words. Like, it's not an accident. It's not an accident that they are the top two teams in the WNBA. They recruit better. They are ran better. Cheryl Reeve runs them perfectly. The New York Liberty are run nearly perfectly in terms of bringing in players. And we'll see what happens with the Phoenix Mercury. The fact that they're semi-competitive without Alyssa Thomas is scary. It is scary. Like, without a player that good, they're semi-competitive. Because they recruited well. There is a reason why the Indiana Fever sucked for so long. Look, yeah, you can convince a lot of former All-Stars to come. Fair enough. And look, I was happy with those decisions at the time. I was happy at the time with the decisions for the Fever made. Hindsight's 2020. Hindsight is 2020. And if we're being honest, the Fever they screwed up. They screwed up. Yes, they were paying for sins of Lynn Dunn's past, having to go with 11 players. But let's be real. They probably would have just kept Bree Hall, and Bree Hall's not going to do anything either. There's a reason why nobody's picked up Bree Hall since. There's a reason why nobody has picked up Bree Hall since. So yeah, it's an interesting one, but you just know one of those two teams. The Liberty have 180k free. So if they don't sign MMA Saman, they can sign whoever the next best players in Europe are. Or they can maybe try to bring Marine Fauteux over. They probably will bring her over next year. By the way, the best young point guard outside the WNBA is Marine Fauteux. The Liberty have her rights. So all of these teams are actually like, there's long-term planning. There's a short-term vision and a long-term vision. Jessica Shepherd leaves for a year. They're like, okay, cool. We're good. Dorka Uhas, you can play a bit more. We'll give up a little bit. We'll give up a small bit of compensation to get Maisha Hines-Allen post-All-Star break. And it doesn't, well, not that it didn't work out. They won the championship. Like, I don't care what anyone says. They won the championship. Referees lost in the championship. They won. The record books can say what they say, but as a Leeds United fan, there's no amount of record books that will tell me that Leeds did not win the 1975 Champions League. When the other team have come out and said that they bribed the refs, when the other club have come out and said the referees were bribed for the game, I don't care what the record book says. And when you've got LeBron James calling the WNBA rigged, you know something's wrong. But yeah, it is a really, really interesting thing. It's a really interesting thing when it comes to this team, because if you add MMA Summit to this team, you might as well hand them the championship, because in my opinion, they're already the best team in the WNBA. But anyway, I'll see you guys.